What if there's food shortages? Rationing.
Need to find a way forward.
It'll make you feel better.
Here goes nothing.
15 roses.
Frago's Flophouse.
Great!
Frago's Flophouse.
I'm afraid none of them has sticky fingers. We'd be better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity.
I found so many victims for Cazador here.
Our chance to
They're the kind of people no one would ever miss.
I will gladly do so.
Look at you! You're exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room.
I think a bunch of martyrs would be happy to see a trader.
Listen, it's got private room.
Haven't you lingered long enough? We should return for the ceremony.
We have time. The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing happens until he's found.
Oh, I can't sit here until the end of
Can't
the
believe I got
time.
kicked out of a temple.
What's up for discussion?
Bloody ages we spent hiking from Murren, and they won't let us in the city proper. Bollocks! We're adventurous, damn it! The bridge god chatted some shite about a coronation. Couldn't really make head nor tail of it.
Look at you.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Means we're getting a real room.
I
Oh,
can't believe I got kicked out of a temple.
Time.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. How dare you? Accusing an upstanding citizen like me of being a dwarf? I'm a halfling, you oaf.
Adventurers supposed to do a damn job around here.
Not long before we leave.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you.
It is you. Most definitely not anyone else. Salutations and hello and whatnot. the landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you.
We have time. The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing happens until he's found.
What do you reckon, lad? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? You bumped your head recently. Didn't you spot them by the gate? Big metal bastards, even bigger swords. It's all right, well, we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? It's no good, I tell you.
Not long before we leave scouring places like this behind, part of me will miss it.
I will not. It is our chance to start over, and I will gladly do so. We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free.
Isn't it obvious, sister? He wants to ascend with the rest of us. He heard about the ritual and the power our master will grant us, so he came back with his tail between his legs, hoping all would be forgiven.
You always were an idiot, Petras. Where is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
You heard them. Tell me what I need to know. Now!
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time, hidden from us all.
I'm going to stop Cazador.
What the hell's happened to you, Astarion? What are you?
I'm more than what I was. And I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I'm the only person who can stop him. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. Yes, and they'll be trembling in fear when they tell him. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. Trust me, I'd rather slaughter someone else's family, but if that's what it takes. And it's not like their sweet innocence. They brought Cazador just as many victims as I did. You're not getting sentimental, are you? I thought you were with me on this. Then we'll deal with it. It can't be worse than everything else we've faced. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair. How delicious. Easy.
Whatever's behind that lock, it's being watched closely.
Another step forward.
What a day. A crooked touch.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
There is work to do. On I go.
What now? Step lightly.
I've got a long road ahead.
No time to dally.
I don't think this is strictly legal.
Careful, I bite. Hardly a challenge.
never a dull moment. If not over, then through.
Doesn't make any sense.
Or in toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly. Alas, no. The charm Elminster granted me requires my death as the spark that will light the orb's fuse. Making myself invulnerable, immortal, or in any other fashion unkillable would render it useless. And gods only know what it might do to the orb itself. Still, I see no harm in learning what we can about this night song. And if we manage to find it, the harm will be all Ketheric's. So, well worth indulging our curiosity.
Anything of use?
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, Father, give me strength.
In the gutter, then that's anything they can see.
Eat more fish. It's good for you.
Keep your distance, darling. Let's crack it open.
Your lockpicking is attracting attention.
Open up. How much farther can I go?
You're exhausted. You've been pulling all night to keep watch. I know you have.
Someone there? Oh, for a skeleton key.
Which means we're getting a real room.
Subtle steps.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks.
Still alive, so that's progress.
And if a patron confuses me for a member of staff,
I'd probably break his nose. Good point.
These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too.
And all-round pleasant folks, from what I've heard.
confuses me for a member
What's hiding here?
I'd probably break his nose. Good point.
There's blood by the bed.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. The blood seems to have dried out over the course of a few days. You can't make out where it comes from.
You have my attention.
such a prude.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source, a body hidden under the bed.
Is that blood? No, never mind. It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels.
Look at you. You're exhausted. You've been pulling all night to keep watch.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Murdered by my son.
It's to be expected. Some families just don't get along.
Baldur.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Dwarf, like me, dresses in red. Found his secret. My sweet boy. Why?
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Ah, cursed to put my hands on everything. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity.
Curious.
I know you have.
I don't mind it.
You won't help us. At least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical.
Doesn't make any sense.
It
Be will when
You
you
have
met the drought.
gold. We have everything.
Brothel? Pleasure house?
You have the key to my heart in that.
I put it on especially for you.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple. Sorry.
Insisting on playing his acoustic lute version.
Elf. Grace. Elegance just waiting to be shattered. Oh, yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip. She gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? I thought as much. Those eyes tell a story. Punishment is your pleasure. It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. They'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fionn slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her. Sweeting, this is Baldur's Gate. I've seen more murders than a butcher's right eye. There'll be time for tears. Cruel as it is, I must turn my mind to business, or, more precisely, the lack of it. Twins, yes. Hands of such skill they could turn stone to silk. Your body could suffer no knot they can't untangle. They're through the curtain to the right. You'll need coin and stamina in abundance to enjoy their services, but the gold will be as well spent as you are.
You have the key to my heart in that.
Apologies, but the stern librarian is away. Upon her return, she expects clients on their knees, a list of their transgressions ready.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sharess's Caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon? Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Charesse Caresse, the mamsel's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't.